John King, USA, CNN, weeknights at 7 Eastern.
What's your message to the Republican establishment?
Well, there's an opportunity to lead this nation out of the crisis it's in, and I believe that the Republican Party is well suited to take up that mantle. The question is whether or not there's the courage within the leadership of that party to seize the moment and to recognize that the only way out of this is to get out of the age of the entitlement state, to return power back to the states, recognize that the central government is broken, and see what we can do about fixing things and getting the government focused on those areas, the enumerated powers that it should be doing. And the Republican Party can do it, but it does require courage because it's not the status quo.
Well, if you say the Republican Party can do it, what about its current leader in the United States Senate, Mitch McConnell? Your opponent, Lisa Murkowski, was a member of his leadership team. He obviously backed her. Is he the man to get the message, or do you think if you come to Washington, the Republican Party needs a new leader?
Well, let me tell you, I know that anybody that embraces this message can move it forward. So, that's going to be up to the Republican Party. It's going to be up to the people of this great nation. I believe that the party should embrace that message. I think it is the future of this nation. I think it will lead us out of this mess. But let's just wait and see what happens.
As a member of the Senate, you will have to vote on funding for the troops in Iraq and Afghanistan. You will have to debate whether the strategy is the right one or not. And our viewers should know, if they don't know already, you're a West Point graduate and you have a Bronze Star from serving in combat in the first Gulf War. Grade the president's message last night.
Oh, I don't know, probably a D. I think that anybody that did not support the surge that brought the results that we saw in Iraq, should not be taking kudos for the ultimate result. Now, I will tell you, I'm thankful that he thanked the men and women in service, in uniform. They were the ones that really put forward the sacrifice in order to make this thing happen. A lot of people don't recognize the sacrifice that military men and women's families go through in these, multiple deployments. It's just atrocious. Has dramatically adverse impact to families, and we got to support them. They've got to be at the top. But I really believe, of course, the president took the wrong direction there. He fought it. He was not supportive of the ultimate things on the ground that brought us success. So certainly should not be in a position to take praise for the ultimate result.
If you had to, in a sentence or two, describe Barack Obama, how would you do that?
Bad for America.
That's one sentence. You don't get that often out of a politician. I don't know, what do you base that?
Well, he's one of the major forces moving this country towards socialism. He's expanding the entitlement state. It is the wrong direction for America. This is a bipartisan problem, but he's at the front of it. The growth of stimulus programs, the growth of basically government bailouts to, industries that are failing. It's not the American way. It's not the free market way, and it's killing the competitive edge. I think the headlong plunge into internationalism is yet another thing that puts down American exceptionalism. We are special as a nation. We have constitutional rights. Our view of it is that the founders had it right. They come from God. Government can't take them away. We restrain government so government cannot infringe upon those rights. When we're a top-down system, which is really what's coming out of the Obama administration, we put that all upside down. Instead, the government becomes sovereign rather than the people. But the answer to our crisis is not government, it is the people. And it's rejuvenating this country in such a way that we can be a leader in the world again. And we kind of lost that concept. I think our president has actually put our country down, not advanced it in the standing of the nations. And so I would suggest to you again that bad for America is an apt description.